Welcome back to True Terrifiles Official, the home of eerie, blood-free horror stories you can safely enjoy anytime. Tonight's story will make you think twice about what might be waiting in forgotten places. On the outskirts of a small town hidden deep within mist-covered hills stood an old railway station, long abandoned and left to rot since the last train passed through over 70 years ago. The locals called it Whispering Cross, a place avoided after sunset, where strange lights were seen flickering and soft, unexplainable voices carried on the cold night wind. They spoke of a conductor who vanished with the final train one foggy evening, leaving behind only a silent platform and a locked station door. Over the years, travelers claimed to hear the faint sound of a whistle in the distance and the rumble of wheels on rusted tracks long removed. One evening, a young woman named Claire, fascinated by forgotten places, decided to visit Whispering Cross with her camera and a curiosity for old ghost stories. As she arrived, the fog hung thick around the platform, muffling sound and swallowing the distant trees. The air was colder than it should have been, and the station, though untouched for decades, looked as though someone still tended it. The clock above the entrance remained frozen at midnight, and on the ticket booth's glass was a single word, traced into the dust: "Stay." Claire laughed it off, thinking it was a prank from someone before her. She set up her camera and began walking along the old platform, where faded posters for long-forgotten destinations still clung to the walls. Then she heard it, the unmistakable sound of a train whistle. Distant but clear, the ground seemed to tremble, and the old iron tracks shimmered with cold mist. A light appeared through the fog, approaching slowly. At first, she thought it was a reflection, a trick of the weather, but the light grew brighter, and soon the outline of a ghostly locomotive emerged, its windows dark, its wheels gliding silently along invisible rails. The train came to a halt at the platform, and from its open door stepped a figure in a tattered conductor's uniform, his face hidden by the shadow of his cap. He raised a pale hand and pointed at Claire, motioning for her to board. Every instinct in her screamed to run, but her feet refused to move. The whistle sounded again, not loud, but low and mournful, and in its echo, voices filled the air around her, calling names, begging to be let off, some laughing softly, others weeping. The conductor stepped aside, leaving the train's open door empty. Claire, finally breaking her frozen fear, stumbled back toward the entrance, but the fog thickened unnaturally, and the world outside the station vanished. No matter which direction she turned, the train remained before her, the same open door waiting. In desperation, she pulled out her phone to call for help, but the screen showed a time of 12 a.m., with no signal and a single notification: "Your ticket is ready." Terrified, she dropped the phone and heard it land with a hollow, endless echo, as if falling into a bottomless pit. The lights of the train flickered, and shadows moved within. Countless figures pressed against the windows, their hollow eyes fixed on her. Gathering every ounce of courage, Claire shouted into the mist, demanding to know what this place was. The conductor spoke for the first time, his voice dry and distant, as though carried from another world, saying only, "You were expected." In that instant, the lights vanished, the train dissolved into mist, and the platform fell silent once more. Claire ran until she reached the road, though she could never clearly recall how. To this day, no one has found the old station again, and maps no longer show its name. But sometimes, on cold, foggy nights, travelers still claim to hear a whistle in the distance, and when asked, old locals simply say, "It's the midnight train. It comes for those it remembers." If you're ever near an old platform swallowed by fog and hear a whistle in the dark, don't stop, don't look back, and never wait to see who's stepping off the train. Thank you for joining us for this chilling, clean horror story. If you enjoyed this eerie tale, be sure to like this video, subscribe to True Terrifiles Official, and turn on notifications for more spine-tingling legends every week. Until next time, stay safe, keep away from abandoned places after dark, and remember, some journeys you were never meant to take.